What's up, buddy? Made it. Another day. One more down. You should be proud of yourself. You really should. I'm proud of you. I know you got a lot going on. I know you got a lot of shit on your shoulders. You got a lot of shit on your chest. Don't stop. You can't quit now. You come too far, man. Your heart's a warrior. You're stronger than you think. You made it through all them other bad days. And I know these days, they all blend together. Yesterday feels like today, and tomorrow is gonna feel like yesterday. It's kind of just the way it goes. There's only one thing you can do. You gotta change tomorrow. You gotta be better than you were today. And don't forget, your future you needs you. Your past you doesn't. You'll be alright. I know you will. You always are. Make sure you come back.
So you nervous about the fight?
They're scared to death.
You don't look scared?
Well, you ain't supposed to.
Then you don't have to do it.
Yeah, well, I think I do.
You know, living with you, it hasn't been easy. People see me, but they think of you. Now with all this going on, this is gonna be worse than ever.
It don't have to be.
No, sure it does.
Why? You got a lot going on, kid.
Oh, what, my last name? That's the reason I got a decent job. That's the reason why people deal with me in the first place. Now I start to get a little ahead. I start to get a little something for myself, and this happens. Now I'm asking you as a favor not to go through with this, okay? This is only gonna end up bad for you, and it's gonna end up bad for me.
You think I'm hurting you?
Yeah, in a way you are.
That's the last thing I ever wanted to do.
I know that's not what you want to do, but that's just the way that it is. Don't you care what people think? Doesn't it bother you that people are making you out to be a joke and that I'm gonna be included in that? Do you think that's right? Do you?
You ain't gonna believe this, but you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up and say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. And the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, then you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you.
Look, shout to all my fans. Glad I can inspire y'all. Got a couple haters, still trying to acquire more. They're praying to a higher power, hoping I should fall. But even my writer's block ends in a firewall. Everybody acts reckless, judging by their past efforts. If they ran shit, why it won't show up on their track records? How could the critics ever hear me and say I'm a sufferer? How when they play with words and I make them play with each other? Choppers over the booth, ready for prime time. Come one with his thoughts, intertwined with his mind. Go toe to toe, blow for blow, or do it rhyme for rhyme. Be competitive cokeheads and go line for line. Honestly, that crap of yours, you should raffle off. With me, they getting genius bars without the Apple Store. Under the microscope, I rebut the scrutiny. If I'm to be compared, it's only to who I used to be. Take a closer look at rappers and you might discover it's faggots talking boxing. Avoid the mic buffers. Now you the type to cuff her. Me, I get tired of her. See, you the type get hyped to hug her, but won't try to fuck her. Them pencil thin bitches. Me, that ain't the stally dates. Mine sit on the bed and leave an imprint of a smiley face. They introduce the newcomers to my habitat. The calms before the storm. This the debris from the aftermath.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Check it. Let me change pace. The alternate route's a long one, but you ultimately end up in the same place. So I tell aspiring artists, think beyond greater. I know some niggas with platinum plaques and bronze paper, but better living should be earned, never fed or given. So I traded my recognition instead for a vision. They always told me that I'd end up dead or in prison. Whoever thought that same dude getting hit while he whipping at the chicks would hang up on? Give him the Dow tones, now buying wild homes, straight cash without loans. I always manage to do better when it's doubt shown. I teach you how to turn them diamonds into milestones. class is in session, and look who's come to tutor. They passing the fake off, it's real like Brian Pumper's jeweler. Where I'm from, niggas with fear getting slumped by shooters, but my equal to dumping Rugers is done by computers. I'm getting the bread, verse like the lotto, give them substance, but they treat every word like it's a hollow. My niggas off parole, I'm trying to give them something pure to follow, cause he ain't have a pot to piss in, just a urine bottle. I come from where so many people were raised with neglect. Cops trying to meet their quota, thirsty to make an arrest. All my wrongdoings did was put my faith through a test, which made me much stronger. Guess my mistakes were correct.
Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
What up, world? How y'all doing today? Hope everybody is doing all right. I hate when people say, I hope all is well. When is all ever well? From the day we're born, nothing is ever 100% all right, but, you know, if you have the basics in life, really, that's all you can, ask for. Let me make sure this camera's straight. That's better. Special shout out to my fellow chosen ones, targeted individuals. And how you know you're chosen or you're targeted is your intention. Do you wake up every day, shower or not shower, take care of yourself, just to see what the next person is doing? Just to spy on their life and, harass them and, give yourself a little chuckle about, making them upset or rattling them a little bit. What's your intention with people? That's how you know you're chosen. If you don't actively seek out people and, try to play in their energy and be in their energy, then 9 times out of 10, you're not a narcissist and you're being targeted. That's the difference. And that's how you know you're chosen. And by the way, my name is Raymond Ezel, and I am a targeted individual. And, just to piggyback off that, you're harassed for whatever reason. There's a secret society of people who want to find out about you, dox you online, and nobody is going to come to you personally and say, hey, these things are being said about you online. Is it true or not? Because these people are not even supposed to know the things that they know. Why? Because it would let you know that there's a community of people talking about you behind your back, running behind you, watching where you shit at, watching what you eat, watching the people that you talk to, etc., etc., etc. They want to, try to expose all your weaknesses, all your vulnerabilities, because what do? You tell the truth about them to their face. Meanwhile, they have to do everything behind you. So, yeah, I'm bald, but I've always been gifted. Good or great from the eyebrows down, I clean up nice. There are times when I let myself go. There are times when I have dirty drawers. There are times when I don't wash every day. And these are the things that people try to, catch onto or catch you slipping, and then one up on you whenever you want to expose the truth about other situations. So that's why I said in the video about you can't have friends who just want you to serve them, is we need soldiers in our life. which all connects to this video, is about, you being the main event. You being the main attraction. They have to go and get a whole bunch of people, whoever they can get, whoever they can collect, just like agents. They have to go and try to turn everybody against them. Oh no, they have to turn everybody against you. They have to, one by one, make this person look just like them. Just like the Matrix, just like Fallen. Now, they bumped into you. Fallen is the movie with Denzel Washington. And it talks about how spirits body jump from person to person. Somebody bump you in the shoulder. It's supposed to make you be like them. What do you think happens during sex? Spiritually transmitted demons. If they don't bump into you, if you don't go in the workplace and become one of them, now they have to take it deeper. They got to try to get somebody in the bed with you and turn you all the way into an agent. And it didn't take with you. So now they have to go around you. They have to go to the people in your camp. They have to go to the people in your entourage. They have to go to the people at work around you, in hopes that you will eventually turn into them. This is the game. This is the fight. We need soldiers. But it's very few. Very few. And, I'll go deeper into it into the video, but we just have our spirit team. We have our spirit guys, just like Morpheus guiding Neo out of the workplace. You have to listen to your intuition. You have to listen to your spirit team. You have to listen to those voices telling you that, hey, this is not going to work for me. And, one thing I noticed was Neo never, ever tried to go back into the workplace. Neo never tried to get another job. It was impossible for him to work in that environment and prosper. I wrote some things down. And after I get the things that I wrote down out, then I'll just piggyback off that type of stuff. When you think of your life, when you think of your energy, when you think of your playfulness, your childlike spirit, when did that change? When did people try to rob you of your, free spirit? When did your dreams die? When did you realize that you couldn't live a dream anymore? That's just something to think of. When you think of main events, you think of the biggest stage, the biggest attractions, the best fighters, the best teams, the best contenders, fighting the biggest fights of their life. In this case, think of a prize fight. Crawford and Spence is coming up, and I've just been inspired to bring this download to you by looking at old fights. So yeah, playoffs, NBA Finals, Super Bowl, prize fights. How do you get there? Is it fighting your teammates? Is it your teammates sabotaging your progress, sabotaging your training, not training you to look for the right things and be in the right places at the right times? What's it about? How do you get there? It takes intense training. Not even for months. Not even for, years. Sometimes it takes decades to get to that one Super Bowl. Changing coaches, changing trainers, and sometimes, and most of the time, the stars have to align for you to be successful in that period of time. But this doesn't just happen to anybody. It happens to the best, the strongest, the fastest, the brightest. Like they say, nobody robs an empty house. Nobody tries to rob an empty house. If they tried, who would care? So why are they targeting you? The best fighters take on the most heat. The best teams, people show up and play their hardest for the best teams. The Warriors, the Patriots, the Miami Heat, back when LeBron was on there. The Dallas Mavericks relished at that fact that, hey, people are trying to, write us off and say, we don't even have a chance here. But at the same time, the best fighters, people are always trying to attack them and say, he hasn't fought anybody. They're not all that. Always trying to expose their weaknesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like I said, people always want to try to expose your weaknesses. But why haven't you lost yet? One particular fight I was watching was Mayweather versus Canelo. But you could think of many, many fights or matches that had everything on the line. But with boxing, such fights as Mayweather and Pacquiao, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and fights that they deemed were the biggest fights of the century at the time. Now they're saying the same thing about Spence and Crawford. There were many fighters before us, and there will be many fighters after us. And this won't be the last time they deem a fight to be the biggest fight ever. So yeah, I was watching Mayweather and Canelo. And just like all the big fights, man, everybody comes out. All the stars come out. Everybody want to be front row to watch them fight. And here you are, little old you. Everybody want to be in your business. Everybody want to be front row to watch you either succeed or fuck up. They want to watch you win or they want to watch you get beat. And the best bettors always bet on both. That's how the most money is made. You invest in defense and you invest in offense. You invest in the winner and you invest in the loser. You invest in the sickness and you invest in the, the cure. That's how this place is ran. That's how this place is run. But for you, you're supposed to be a nobody. You're supposed to be that little old 9-to-5 worker, that little old clerk person. But for some reason, people always in your business. What's up with that? At the Mayweather-Canelo fight, you saw all the stars come out for this fight. They're sitting front row to watch these fighters duke it out. Everyone's screaming, rooting for a side. Hit him here. Watch out for this and watch out for that, etc. You have people in the stands rooting them on. Everyone with their cameras out, waiting for that once-in-a-lifetime moment to say they got it on video, they took a picture, and that they were there live to catch this once-in-a-lifetime moment. The stadium was packed, and usually is for these fights, even though they charge top dollar. I looked at the prices for the nosebleed seats for Spencer Crawford, and the tickets were above $700, so you know these people are paying a pretty penny just to watch you fight the fight of your life. I told you in the trophy video, you are the trophy video. They spend countless hours, countless resources, things you would never think of doing just to catch you in a vulnerable moment. And if you do something right that they like, they act like they never saw it and they put it in their arsenal. Now people are paying thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to be front row at the biggest fights. When chosen ones, most of us don't even have that money in the bank. So is it a threat or is it an entertainment for them? And people want to talk about humanity. For one, you watching people fight. You watching people fight. And this is just life. People are just watching you live. People are watching you. I told you, people love to watch you struggle. They love to watch you struggle. But at the end of the day, who is it on? It's on you, right? It's on you to make sure that you fight and you win. Or is it rigged like boxing? Is it rigged like sports? You can be everything. You can be the fastest. You can be the strongest. And the cards will still be set up for you to only get so much. You may get money, but you're not gonna be a winner. You know, it's all different type of factors. And if people don't want you to win, how you gonna win? What sport, you know, do you not need a team behind you? Do you not need a team around you? Do you not need resources? Do you not need the right type of rest, the right type of peace of mind? It has to be damn near a perfect system, or, you know, one of those, you know, things where you just strike while it's hot. And, you know, you win one time and, you know, that's it. But at least you could say you won, right? Or does making the playoffs every year matter? It don't matter. Don't care if you go to the playoffs 10 times in a row. You want that championship. You want that ring. But what does that mean for you in life? Family, friends, money in the bank, career goals, reaching your career goals. These are the things that people don't want you to have. You try to have a family. People want to come in between you and your family. You have a roster of women or a roster of men if you're a woman. If you want to live your life just free, people want to come in between that. It's always opposition. Always opposition. You should be living your life this way. You should handle your relationship this way. That's the main reason why relationships don't work, because somebody else is always in your relationship. This is your relationship. You two decided to be together. Why does anybody else's opinion matter? Because one of y'all is living for the opinion of other people. Period. Why are you choosing a man as a woman that you don't respect, that you won't allow to lead? Why not just leave? Why deem something to be wrong and then go right behind the next person and do said or wrong thing? Or even worse. Why? That is not integrity. That is not integrity. Two planes coming in hot. Moving right along. Clearly, I said something there. Two wrongs don't make a right, right? Each fighter having an entourage of trainers and hype men who are in their corner to help them prepare for the fight and to guide them in the fight to victory. Because what would a fighter be without those people being in their corner? Have you ever seen a championship fighter or team with no one in their corner? As a matter of fact, have you ever seen any fighter with no one in their corner? What about a fighter who has the wrong people in their corner? How good would a fighter be with gaslighters in their corner, not telling them what they need to hear, but doing what we call gassing the fighter up, filling their head with compliments and things that won't contribute to victory? Wow. I didn't even realize what I said right there. Just to piggyback on the fact that it's tit for tat in relationships, but, you know, sticking to the theme of relationships. I mean, sticking to the theme of fighting and team sports and stuff. Could you imagine Mayweather, Mike Tyson, if they had nobody in their corner? Could you imagine if the Denver Nuggets didn't have the right trainers, the right physical therapy, the right, recovery tactics? Would they be as good as they had been? Because, of course, Murray and Porter, they were hurt when they tried to go to the playoffs before. What about who won the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs. What would they be without the right coaches, the right, people in their star players' lives? Not even just on the team, but what about when they go home? What about their wives? What about their kids? Like Andy Reid had trouble with his children committing suicide and stuff. So really, what would it be? That's unheard of. You have to have the right people on your side. All teams aren't going to win. Most teams are going to fail. But if you want to get it right, you have to be diligent about who you have in your life, in your corner, on your side. There may be people who may want to be in your corner. There may be people who want to be, on your side. But really, all they're qualified is to root for you from the stands. You have to use your discernment in that case. These championship fighters have people in their corner. And then there's you, chosen one. This is why I say you, me, we are truly the strongest people alive on this earth, because who's in our corner? Who's in our corner? Who's fighting for us as opposed to who's fighting against us? Who's physically in your corner? We have our spirit team, we have our spirit guides, and we have the Most High. But other than that, who can you say is constantly encouraging you, coaching you, guiding you, and pushing you to be the best ever? TBE, the best ever. Who is pushing you to be the best ever? Who even wants to see you be the best ever, as opposed to people constantly being in secret competition with you, even when they claim to say that they are in your corner? Who? They know you next up. They know you the one. But they say, oh, you got too much ego. You got too much pride. I don't like the way he talk. I don't like the way she talk. I don't like the way she carry herself. She already thinks she better than everybody else. He already think he better than everybody else. I didn't say I was better than everybody else. You said I was better than everybody else. Secretly, they don't like the attention that you already get by just being you. Why do you want to control how other people view me if I'm really that bad? Don't you think they can judge for themselves? Don't you think they can make an opinion based on my interaction with them? And don't you think they already do that? But here you go. Manufacturing situations, lose-lose situations for somebody. Oh, if you react in the wrong way, either you too strong or you too soft. You want to laugh at me, or you want to claim that I'm dangerous and intimidating. All in the same breath. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's how you know you're dealing with the narcissist. Your so-called friends don't want to see you grow up and glow up. They want to compete with you. Your so-called family don't want to see you grow up and glow up. They still looking at you like little Shawnee. They still looking at you like little Raymond. They still looking at you like, oh, that's just ease. And it's plenty of people sitting in jail right now because they had to go and do something criminal to people about their respect. Now, I'm not encouraging it because I've been there. But when I look at the news and see, oh, you know, violence, killing, whoever, son on parent, parent on son, daughter, friend on friend, etc. Somebody played the wrong hand. Somebody violated another person's boundary. Somebody violated someone's respect. And people play too much and they really think that they can get away with it. But what I've learned is it's not even about God. It's not even about the Most High. It's not even about whatever. Because in reality, God is not our bodyguard. He's not our henchman. But the Bible says he brings the light and he brings the darkness. Good and evil. But in reality, life is going to happen to all of us. And what does life consist of? Men and women. Pets, animals, beasts, creatures, all alike. And everyone you meet is not going to play the same game that you're playing it the same way that you're playing it. There's some people out here that's really going to die about their respect. It's some people that's not going to tolerate you doing the same things to them that you did to the last person, and that's called karma. Eventually, you're going to run into somebody who's not going to accept that shit. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Just like any team, just like any fighter, either you're going to beat it or you're not. Either you know what they're going to do and you stop it, or you don't. The thing about sports, hunting, and even fishing, which I also consider to be sports, is that they come with rules. Isn't there an inbounds and out of bounds? Certain things you can and can't do. In real life, people tell you that you have to accept hate and sabotage from the people closest to you because, hey, that's just life. Or you only get one mother. You only get one father. Those are your siblings. But in what sport are you on the same team as me, but acting like you play for the other team? I think that's what we call a conflict of interest. In real life, there is no uniform. We don't all wear the same jersey. I don't need you in my corner, behind me, as if you have my back, if you're not there to encourage me, support me, and uplift me. You might as well go over there to the loser's corner with that nonsense. And that's my thing. That's my thing. When you step on that court, you know who your opponent is. When you step in that ring, you know who your opponent is. In real life, people try to befriend you and then enact their hate. Where do they do that at? Jesus had Judas. Elijah had Jezebel. Batman had Miranda Tate. People that claim to be there to help you, but secretly sabotaging your whole life. So what do you have to do? Run to them. Trust them. And then what do? Stab you right in the ribs. What part of the game is that? Not only that, in the game, you have refs. You have rules. Inbounds, out of bounds. You can't just go back out of bounds and come back in and catch the ball. You can't go out the ring in a boxing match and come back in. You can't tag somebody else in a boxing match. And if the ref's not calling a foul, what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to win? But you still win. It's only so long you could get away with that shit until you realize and go back like, oh, they've been doing this the whole time. This is how they've been getting away with this shit. That's what I'm talking about. The game is rigged, bro. The refs not seeing anything wrong, and then they want to come back and try to control it by saying, oh, we messed up. They're not going to take it back, though. You've been the winner. Everybody going to notice that you've been the winner, but in the books, it's going to show somebody else was winning. Because it benefits the game for you to lose. It's a monopoly. You too strong. You too powerful. We need to let the lessers have it so it's more interesting. We want the underdog to win. But you the underdog. You don't have the family. You don't have the friends. You don't have the coworkers. All these people are supposed to be on your team, but what do? They team up to go against you. And yet you still win. Think of your family, friends, boyfriend or girlfriend. Train incoming. And coworkers as your teammates. Then think of a sport that gives points for teammates taking the ball away from you. I think I just read that. And scoring in your own basket. Is there one? But that's what people do every day. Help me understand what's going on out here. Make it make sense. Who else? Friends, family, coworkers. Your intimate relationships. These are all supposed to be things, mutual situations to help us get where we're going, where we're trying to go. But sometimes it's too easy. Sometimes it's simply too easy to get to a good point in life, and then people want to destroy it just to have something to work for, work towards again. Imagine Mayweather or Tyson fighting with their trainer, fighting with their team. Imagine Scottie Pippen or Mike Jordan fighting with each other, throughout the playoffs or throughout crunch time. Like, if we don't have a common enemy, then we make each other enemies. And that's what I mean by, a lot of friendships are mainly serving or self-serving because it has to be a trauma bond. They usually don't start out on, healthy grounds. A lot of people become friends because they have a common enemy. They want to talk about the same person. They want to see the same person fail. Just so happen that we here in the same situation. We live on the same street. We go to the same school. We in the same class, etc., etc., etc. How else are they formed? That's narcissism, when you play nice in order to gain people's trust, when your true intentions are to try and hurt this person or prevent them from being great. Narcissists hate to lose, so they play nice. It's a game to them. If they come straight out and said, I don't like you or I'm against you, then they know they will look bad, and it will look even worse when they find out that they are on the losing team. But for them to feel that way about you for no reason makes them a loser anyway. Back to what I said, man. People try to target you. Because they see you doing good in life. They see your aura. They see your energy. And they latch on to it. They want a piece of that. But at the same time, they hate you for it because they don't have it. That's a real statement. Some of us just go everywhere by ourselves. We do things by ourselves. And people notice that about you. I've ran into many people, many narcissists who just tried to pick me off. And, just trying to harness my energy. Always want me to go here with them, do this with them, don't do things without them. Be included in everything that I do. Have a say in everything that I do. Have a say in the women that I talk to. What? What part of the game is that? As friends, as, intimate partners, of course, you already know how that go. Everything, you got to be run by them. If you do things without them, now they want to retaliate against you. But still want to be in connection with you. Make that make sense. If you deem something is wrong, why do you want to go back and forth with me? Why do you want to, one-up me, as a narcissist does, try to one-up me in this, toxic Olympics? I don't get it. But narcissism, that ain't something to be got. Either you get it or you don't. And last but not least, are they doing what they're doing for the love? Meaning, do they just love to be your friend? Do they just love to be there for people? Do they just love to be there for you? Or are they doing it, or are they giving love to get love? And if so, do they love you because you're beneficial? You know how this goes. Or do they love you because you've been beneficial? And for you to be beneficial, the only way you can be official is come through on being beneficial. Unless they can reap some type of reward from just being around you. We can talk about Mayweather. They said at one time his money was fake, but nobody is saying that now. Even Usher went to the strip club with Usher bucks and the people did not buy it. Also today, no one cares about that anymore. So why are they in your corner? I told my therapist that my ex was a big help to me, and he said that's nice, but you have to ask yourself, what's in it for her? I mean, you're a nice guy and all, but is she trolling you? Next thing I know, turns out that I was being trolled. So who's in your corner and why? It seems selfish and ungrateful to ask, but when it all falls down, there will be no one to blame but you. They're showing you the signs. I promise you. I'm just here to try and help you point them out. Point them out, point them out, point them out, point them out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. You feel me? So though, I just wanted to bring that message to y'all. It's, of course, raining out here, but don't matter. You're the champ. You're the main event. You're the man. You're the one everybody want to see fall. If you weren't a top contender, if you weren't the chosen one, who would care? You don't need to try to convince a whole bunch of people to be clones and look like you and do what you do and say what you say and not say what you don't say and dress a certain way. Be here and do this and do that. You different. And that's okay. So I just wanted to bring y'all this message, man. My name is Raymond Ezel. I am a targeted individual, and this has been Targeted Individual Therapy. Do not be discouraged. You just have to make your next move your best move. All right? I'm out. Peace.
I owe you. You're the champ, son. You've beaten everybody who was beating you. I salute you.